I expect a number of folks paid attention to, certainly some, maybe all, of the sessions in the House last week. And you would have seen, I guess, for a full day, both Power Advisory as well as JP Morgan. JP Morgan, one of the biggest firms in the world, and certainly Power Advisory in Canada, one of the most respected and significantly talented people in energy. So around in Canada and into the United States. So the reason why we found the absolute best people we could that were not conflicted, because they couldn't be conflicted and provide for advice to Quebec as well. We wanted to ensure that the people that advised us on how should we value these assets go forward? What are the opportunities that Quebec has? What are the financial metrics and inputs that we need to financially value this opportunity? So the question is certainly asked of those folks. They are, as much as people say, well, you paid for them, so therefore they are not independent or they are not unbiased. And the example I gave in the House last week, which is auditors. People go out and they purchase audit services, and they will provide for their advice. They will provide for their input, and their ability to continue as an advisor to any other company is based on the fact that they have to provide exactly for their advice. So that is 100% what happened with Power Advisory as well as JP Morgan, is that they provided input to us into this MOU, which would be their independent advice. We certainly did not pay them to tell us what we wanted to hear. But I needed to restate that is normal. And I think, some of the conversations, not to get too political by any stretch, but, some of the debate in the House last week was, well, certainly the various parties also hired their own experts. And with by extension, would those folks then be, I guess, paid for to have a certain opinion by the opposition? So I don't quite, I understand the concept, but I need to say that these folks for us have been independent and unbiased. Then what is about to happen is the consumer advocate will form a panel to provide for oversight. First, I think, review of the MOU, and certainly oversight of the negotiating team as we move into the next phase. And they will have folks at their disposal, and they will also have access to funds to execute their work. So I do think that they will have to go out and find who they're going to use for their advice, and hopefully that will be considered independent, even though they will be paid. It'll be really important for us to understand that there is a lot of oversight that will occur, and there's been a lot of